Hi everybody, it's Colette Baron-Reid and this is this week's Oracle card guidance and lesson. We're using the Oracle of the Seven Energies. We're going to be doing that for a while, so you guys get used to using this deck. And it's pretty profound given that week is also the new moon in Leo. And for those of you in my Oracle Circle membership, you know that you get a video from me just about the new moon too. So you'll be interested in seeing how in alignment this is with this new moon. So I'm choosing 7 cards a week from now on. And the 7 cards, so it's just don't look at them yet or pick a number between 1 and 7, and that will be your extra card you need to focus on this week. And I picked number 4, which is the Uncharted Sea, and I'll figure that out later. Okay, so usually the first card, we call it the anchor card, gives us a little bit more of the theme for the entire week. So all the rest of the cards talk about that. So birds of a feather are the first, is the very first card, and it relates to the energy center of the heart. So who do you associate with? I kind of like to look at, who are the 5 people that I spend the most time with and talk to, and who do I surround myself with? Because that's going to actually tell you something about yourself, as well as who do you think about a lot. So where do you place your attention? If you're placing your attention on somebody you're having a fight with in your head, that's also going to define you in some way. So take a look at who are the people that you associate with most, and the kinds of interactions that you have with them. And you're going to see a bit of a reflection this week, specifically with this new moon, new start, of how you are perceiving yourself in the world and how you are actually playing all this out in all these different aspects of your life. So really take a look at that. Also, it's a beautiful week to make new friends. So Birds of a Feather is also about making new community and feeling really good about the people you're with. So this is like the heart-based community that you may not have had up until now. It is like that you're finding your soulmates. It's really nice. It's community-based this week. Now, second card is the land between. So you may not know exactly where you're heading. You know that you're no longer who you were. And this is a huge time of transformation. Remember, we have Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter and all the astrological aspects that are pushing all of us forward to make big changes. We still have a pandemic, like we had one, like I wish. So all of us are being impacted by so much right now. And this is saying that it's okay. Get really used to being in a safe place in between what was and what will be. And it's a grounding place. It's a place you don't have to escape from. So it's also really reminding you to stay in the now. So as you are surrounding yourself with like-minded people, you're realizing you're not alone in this, right? This is the other piece of that first card. You're not alone. Now, card number 3 follows suit because it reminds us that whatever you think about, and this is the second energy center about intimacy and feelings and being connected on a more personal level, it will bear fruit. So you can really trust that, and it's such a beautiful card too, that whatever you've planted, whoever you believe that you are, all the work that you've done on yourself up until now, it has already borne fruit of some kind. Now, sometimes it might be a little bitter, but most of the time it's going to be sweet, especially because the first card reminds us that we're not alone and there's very positive aspects to us taking an inventory of the people we associate with, as well as connecting to new like-minded people and groups. Right? So that's very nice. Now, this is really cool because you're embarking on an uncharted sea right now. So card number 46 that relates to the element of spirit, which is, I'm starting to recognize more and more that I am here on behalf of the divine, and the divine works through me if I let it. But I don't always know what the form is going to be. And this is about asking us all to release our attachment to the form we think. I always go back to the conversation that I've had many times in the 11:11 morning woos, where we talk about the Stockton paradox, where the idea that optimism about things happening on a certain date or under a certain form actually hurt the people that had those kind of attachments. Like, by Friday, the pandemic's going to be gone, and for sure this person's going to get elected, and then I'll be good. And all this is going to be, I'll be okay when. And this is saying, no, 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 no. You let spirit know how you want to feel like this, and focus on that, and let the universe decide the form, the date, etc. And just know that the type of optimism that this is requiring is faith. It's faith and trust that there is a divine plan, but that you are part of that plan. And that if you ask to be in service to that, then things will sometimes seem very rocky temporarily, but you stay in the eye of the hurricane. You are not destroyed by it. You're not uprooted by the chaos or whatever. It's quite beautiful. If you would like to see this video on YouTube, that goes to your inbox, so you don't have to look for it, well then please subscribe to my channel and then click on the little bell that says to get notifications, and bingo, there it will be. Pick a number before it gets to your inbox too. That would be fun to find out what card you got. Mark, pick a number. What's yours?
3.
Bearing fruit. Awesome. You're going to buy me some fruit. Now, with that comes the power of purpose. And that is all about the identity, your identity. And especially, obviously, again, we've started this whole new Leo cycle. And that sense of sovereignty and identity, and actually it follows the royal you, which is the sovereignty of the purpose of your identity. And I always say this because people come and say, I need to know what my purpose is. No, 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 no. Your purpose is to remember that you are here as an emissary of the divine, and your purpose is already looking for you. Your job is to continuously remind yourself of the faith that is intrinsic in your very nature, and also to recognize that some of your conditioning and wounding and the way that you viewed the world is skewed. And so that this is a time of transforming the way you see things and how you behave in our world. This, because again, birds of a feather is also a society, right? How are you and what are you doing to help heal society? So that's also very cool. Now, the sovereignty is intrinsic in identity. So the royal you says, I am one with everyone. And if I am here on behalf of the divine, not to be above anyone, because sovereignty indicates queen or kingdom or whatever, that we are all that. There is no up and down, that this is really about being sovereign in our equality, which is really cool. So if you were looking at like, okay, what kind of a week am I going to have? It's really beautiful because it reminds us that our purpose is to be with other people, not to be alone, not to isolate, to really get that, that none of us really know how the world is going to play out. But if we keep faith and do that together and remind ourselves together, wow, then that sovereignty of when spirit resides in us and we make our decisions and our actions based on that, true sovereignty, which is the divine within, not the ego sovereignty, like I'm the queen and you are not. Like, that's not what that is. It's letting the divine sit in you and be that. And then last but not least, earth magic, which is fantastic. So we're going to see manifestation. So if we really, really work on that surrendering, etc., we'll start to see the form show up for us. And we can trust it. Earth magic is about trust. It's the first card. It's in the deck. It's number 1, which is the first energy center, which relates to, us being here on behalf of the divine in human form, doing human things, but we want to be inspired by spirit. And then we can build a new, beautiful world. Now, we're only looking at a week. I don't know, we're going to build a whole new world in a week, but we certainly can keep walking in that beautiful direction, knowing that gratitude always is the abracadabra of life. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Mwah! If you like this video, well, you want to share this video with your friends, like my page. And if you'd like to leave a comment, we do love reading them, and I will see you next time. A way to manipulate your husband through your own oracle cards. Don't do that.